Okay, nice. Oh yeah, we did it. Here we are again with the Vacation Panic podcast featuring your boy Jota.
Welcome.
Duffy and Jason are here too.
Hey guys, welcome to
Yeah.
the Casual Panic podcast.
Where the games are made up in the... Wait.
Hey,
hold-
don't you...
Where you
Don't you
shut
dare.
the fuck up.
If I'm not allowed to say it, you're not allowed to say
Shut your goddamn mouth.
it. Goddamn son of a bitch.
Rooney's here too, by the way. Everyone say hi to Rooney.
Wayne Rooney's here?
No,
he actually likes this?
God damn it.
Wayne Rooney.
No, he's my puppy. Everyone knows he's my puppy.
But you named your puppy after Wayne Rooney.
Yeah, sure, let's go with that.
But you did, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
I thought you did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeez, okay. You had me worried for a second. I was like,
Wait, you have
I
a
know
dog?
well enough to know that.
Yeah. I have 1.5 dogs.
Jason, would you believe it? He has 2.
Since the accident.
All right, he has one.
So, I have something I want to talk about real quick, just to vent about it.
Oh, is this a coming out
Nope,
story?
not allowed.
All right, I'll see you guys next week.
All right, it's just me and Hoda now. Anarchy.
There's no rules. Put your shirt back
Put your
on.
shirt back on.
There's one rule.
My quick moment of I'm just salty about the fact that we're getting an Uncharted movie,
Mhm.
and it's starring Tom Holland, who looks nothing like Nathan Drake.
Well, he's young Nathan Drake, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't even look like that to me.
Okay.
Yeah, but Tom Holland can do anything.
I don't deny that.
Tom Holland could play a girl, and he would do a fantastic job.
He could play... You know what? I bet he'd be a really good Spider-Man.
God damn it, Jason.
I mean, you're not
You're
wrong.
correct. He would be a great Spider-Man. Oh, man.
I just, I wasn't looking for a young Nathan Drake Uncharted movie. I'm not opposed to it. I'm definitely not going to hold crazy expectations. But ever since there was that short that was released that had Nathan Fillion playing
Mhm.
Nathan Drake, I was like, this is what I want. Like, this is who should be doing it.
I mean, if there's any indication about how past, movie adaptations of video games have gone, this movie's going to be fantastic.
Hey, I mean, Sonic's doing well now, so
Yeah.
maybe there's hope nowadays.
Detective Pikachu
What?
did well.
Can you say that again?
Detective peek at you.
Detective Pikachu did well. What about that Assassin's Creed movie? Did anyone ever
Never
actually
saw
watch
it.
that? Yeah,
I never
Okay.
saw it.
I saw it. I didn't think it was... Let's put it this way. If there wasn't a video game franchise behind it, I'm sure people would have been like, oh, this is interesting. But, spoilers for those who clearly are like, oh, I still have to watch it.
He
kills
people.
Well, yeah, that happens. But the weirdest thing about that movie was the fact that the animus in the games is a table, right? You lay on a table and you go into it in a dream state almost,
Yep.
right?
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, some of them.
So I want you to imagine you're the people that I'm pitching the movie to that are gonna produce it and give me all the money. Okay. Thanks for showing up, guys. I really appreciate it.
This just in, Duffy's a pitcher.
Okay, we're gonna continue. I walk in and I go, thanks. I think this Assassin's Creed movie is gonna be awesome. The franchise is really cool. There's all this cool historical stuff. Let's not even worry about the original game though, with the great, Jerusalem and all that stuff. Spanish Inquisition. That's where we're gonna start. Okay, how does that sound?
So if they were going for telling a new tale, sure, Spanish Inquisition could work if it could at least reference to the game in some way.
I mean, no
or
one would
another.
expect that.
Okay,
Exactly.
cool. Now, the animus in this game is a table you lay on, and you learn about the history of your ancestors through it.
By
And the main
murdering
character-
thousands of innocent people.
Yes. Now, I want you to imagine the animus, and I want you to get rid of that fucking table, okay? Get rid of the table.
So I'm floating now.
No.
I'm on the ground.
Maybe. Now, imagine, extra sci-fi moment, you're in a big cylindrical room,
Okay.
And up in the ceiling is a giant robotic arm that
Got it.
comes down and connects to the back of your neck.
This sounds like The Matrix.
But now when it connects to you, just like the Animus, you go into your memories, but that whole room and that arm make you move around in the room and climb things that aren't actually there.
That's lame.
Oh, that's weird. I don't like that.
That's lame.
I don't
Now
like that.
imagine you said yes and you gave me all that money to make this movie.
It just seems like why add that other part onto it when it wasn't in the games? Like there's so many extra steps for absolutely no reason.
Like, the whole idea is that you're in your own consciousness, essentially, living through the memories of your ancestor. Like, that's the whole idea. Like, why did they... That kind of defeats the purpose of the Animus. Yeah,
Now,
I wouldn't like that.
Imagine we're going to end the movie.
Oh, God, there's
like
more?
We're going to make more of them.
Oh, God.
And then you don't.
And then you don't. That is Assassin's Creed the movie.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't like it already. I haven't even seen it.
So
I bet it
saw
will do poorly.
I bet it will do poorly. I bet it has done poorly.
I think I saw it with one of my sisters, like when it came out. I was like during the holidays we went and saw it, and I was like, oh, like let's go check it out. And I knew about the series because I loved the first like 3 games, and then we saw it, and my sister was like, well, that was fun. It was not what I was expecting, and I sat there going, this isn't Assassin's Creed.
Back in my day, the Animus was a table.
Yes, exactly. It was just weird. I think
What
if it
is
was the
this
table thing, I
jumping
would've been-
around a room malarkey?
But yeah, that's
Who was the...
you know,
They had a really good cast, though. Or at least they had a really good lead
dude,
actor,
fucking
right?
Fassbender was the main
Yeah.
character. They
Doesn't
had
he have like a
great
really
cast.
big dick? Or is that Matthew McConaughey? I think it's Matthew McConaughey.
No, he has one.
No, yeah, that's what I meant. He still does. He used to, too.
Oh. We were talking about the Uncharted movie, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to that. So, Duffy, you're not happy about it.
Yeah, that was it.
All right, good. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Next topic!
No, the Uncharted movie. So, I don't know. Does it really need a movie? The games in itself are, like, pretty cinematic. I feel like there are some games that...
The answer is it doesn't need a movie, but the people who made it are like, wait, how can we make more money?
Yeah. Or, like, if you were going to make a movie, maybe not make it about... Well, I guess you need Nathan Drake, right? Like, that would only make sense. Like, he's the star of
Okay.
it all, but...
I have a quote from Tom Holland to IGN. And the title of the article is Tom Holland says Uncharted has a solution to the video game movie problem.
No, it doesn't.
So his quote says...
It just doesn't.
You actually said his quote perfectly. Well done. No, he's quoted saying, I think what Uncharted offers that most video game films don't is that it's an origin story to the games. So if you played the games, you haven't seen what's going to happen in the film. And if you haven't played the games, you're going to enjoy the film because it's information that everyone else is getting at the same time. But I'm super excited to make that movie, and it's been a long time coming.
Yeah, here's the thing, though, is that if you have something that has never been done before, you're making an entirely new story. If you fuck that up, if you make it not cool, that becomes canon for the games, and that can fuck up everything else everyone's already known. Because I guarantee people who have played that game have something in their head about how Nathan Drake became who he is, does what he does, whatever. And if they're going to make some origin story where he used to be a fucking pizza boy and, I don't know, fell off his bike and then hit his head and was like, I want to go kill people in adventure. Like, I don't know.
So, didn't the fourth one have an origin story for Nathan Drake? At least to some degree?
Yeah, there are parts in the game that have you play as him as a kid. I don't know if it has you play at the same age that Tom Holland would be in the movie. It might be younger than that. And
Tom Holland can play
is, like,
any age. He looks like he's 10, but he's like 30, isn't he?
No, I think he's like 22 or something like that.
All right, whatever. Same thing.
I'm looking it up now because apparently this is important to me now. 23.
Ooh, close.
He's legal,
Stop it.
ladies.
Stop it.
Is he dating anyone right now?
He's from Kingston up in Thames, United Kingdom.
I bet he's.
You want to try that again?
I bet he's a
No.
heavy drinker.
Same.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Sorry, go ahead, Duffy. Go ahead.
No, I already said a lot. I have no. Go ahead.
No,
I have nothing
it's
else to
fine.
add.
I mean, yeah, it's a weird thing. Like, you look at the history of video game movies, and clearly they haven't done well. As we kind of said, like Detective Pikachu, which honestly, Pokemon, you could hit it either way. Like, is it really a video game franchise, or is it a manga? Is it an anime? But regardless, it is a video game, and it did well. Sonic the Hedgehog is doing well. And now, I mean, I hear that they're making, at least it's rumored that they're making a Overwatch and Diablo animated series on Netflix.
At the same time?
Jason, nice segue.
Wait, like they're making an Overwatch Diablo.
Well, it's not a cross. I don't think. Well, the thing is, it's still in rumor.
Overwatch,
but I don't think
Diablo
it's crossed. Like Tracer's not going to be out fighting Diablo. Like, cheers, love. The cavalry's here. But I've always thought that Overwatch would make an incredibly good movie or TV show or whatever. Maybe that's just because of the shorts and how well they're done. But I've always kind of backed the idea that they should do, because they kind of already do have something like that. You go on their YouTube channel and you can see there's the Hanzo short, not the Tracer short, the Widowmaker short, all of those. So clearly the production quality is there, and I'm sure the fan base, I know for a fact the fan base has been clamoring for them to make something. So I have, if these rumors are to be true, I have high hopes for that, because I think Overwatch as a game, without having like a definitive campaign mode that actually, chronicles the whole history of Overwatch, backgrounds of all the heroes, I think a show would help fill in all those empty spaces. And as I said, the production quality's there. I think that they could make it a really good, successful show. Whatever medium they try to do that on. Now, I wouldn't want like a live action Overwatch, but either CGI, anime, something like that, I think would work really well for that story.
I really want a gorilla with glasses in a live action movie, just running around.
Harambe, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Rip in peace, Harambe.
So, I'm excited for an animated thing. I'm a little bummed out it's not going to be the same style of animation that the shorts they do are like, but I know that costs way more money. I've talked about that in like a previous episode, that I'd love to see people take that quality of animation and like CGI and turn it into like a full movie or show, but it just is too costly to do. So I understand that they're going back to like more traditional animated. I'm cool with that. I'm excited. I'd be totally down to watch all that. I think it looks cool.
Yeah. And like I'm not a huge fan of Diablo. I don't know. I tried one of the Diablo games. It's not bad. I think that I just don't need to not be a loser and play it with other people and not just myself. But I tried to play it,
right.
Could never really get into it. But I mean, again, if Blizzard has the same team working on Overwatch they do Diablo, who's to say that wouldn't work? But I do think that the video game company and the developers behind those video games need to be more heavily involved with games if they're actually going to make a movie about it. It can't just be a production team that makes movies. I think the writers and directors and all that need to be part of the video game industry, or at least part of that story. Otherwise, it's like, really, where are you getting your information from? Are you just sending an email over to the creators of that media, of that store, of that game, and asking them, hey, so does this sound right? It's like, I don't know. I genuinely want to see video games reach out into the big screen and be successful. And it seems like Sonic's
doing that. What about the
other
way? How many examples are there of movies that become video games?
Oh, there's a lot of those, and
shows.
It's terrible, usually.
Like, I feel like I don't understand how there hasn't been a AAA Game of Thrones game yet.
Yes.
Like, at least an
Telltale
attempt
did
at one. It might be shit, but like...
Well,
But the
Telltale's...
Lord of the Rings games, those were fun.
Yeah, those were.
Except for Conquest.
Oh my
Fuck that
God.
shit.
The Two Towers was one of my favorite
Oh
games.
my
Two
God.
Towers, Return of the King.
I loved
those were
Return of the
super
King. Return of the King was my shit, dude.
Lord of the Rings Conquest made me want to kill myself, but
Well, hold on. What about Lord of the Rings Shadow of War and Mordor?
I'd never really played those, but I heard they were good.
Excellent games, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Lord of the Rings skin on top of Assassin's Creed, sort of, but
Yeah.
with more brutal fighting, and I liked it. It was fun.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever play Conquest?
No.
No.
It was a 360 game or something. I played the demo. It was just the most broken game ever. Basically, think of like Battlefront with like different classes and stuff, but Lord of the Rings, and nothing works.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, it was terrible.
I like when things don't work.
Yeah, me too.
What about
Damn you, legs.
Didn't they make the Lord of the Rings online game that was somewhat successful? It was like Lord
Like
of the
an
Rings,
MMO?
like yeah. They made Lord of the
Oh,
Rings
God.
online.
I
I heard
don't
it was
remember
somewhat
that.
successful. I actually heard it was somewhat successful, and people were like, "Oh, it's better than WoW," and it's like, all right, no game's gonna be better than WoW.
I still play WoW.
No, you don't.
I was just doing it before we came on here.
Don't lie to us.
Oh, I was playing World of Warcraft.
Yeah,
Do
we
you
know
think-
when you're playing WoW because we don't see you for like a month?
You don't see me ever. You live across the country, dipshit.
Oh my god, I just remembered. They made a they made a Warcraft movie.
Yeah, I never saw that either.
Oh, wait a
Yeah,
minute.
it's-
Was that good? I don't remember if it was
I
good.
think it was like mixed reviews.
It fell in the realm of no one deeply hated it, but no one deeply loved it either.
I think my sister watched it, and I think she's a World of Warcraft fan, and I think she was happy with it. But yeah, I don't know.
So, what I'll say is, like, to go back to the Overwatch thing, though, is like if Castlevania, and I think like that goes to show for what Netflix does when it comes to wanting to be good at adaptions. I think we can be more excited than worried.
Yeah.
Castlevania was good. I really liked that. And I think Overwatch will do well. I also have not played as much Diablo, so I don't know much about the lore and things like that. So it just might be just fun to watch, and maybe it'll get people hooked on playing it, like myself. But we'll have to see. But I think Overwatch will be really exciting to see how all that pans out. And that's another one of those moments where they have to make sure they do everything right because they have a whole fan base that plays the game that's going to care about what's going on. So hopefully they are, like you said, Jason, collaborating with the people that created the lore and all of that. I think that's definitely where a
Yeah.
lot of studios mess things up.
Yeah.
And, I hope it goes
At least
from
play
there.
the games.
Yeah, exactly. Like just play the like Overwatch is such an easy one to play too and get into because you don't actually have to like sit through story.
Just
You can
hire some
watch-
18-year-old to be on the like. Just be like, oh yeah, we want to have it go into the back of his neck and move him around a room. It's like, no, that's not even fucking close.
Well, that's tough too because you're gonna get those people that are like, it's not accurate to how the game plays, and unfortunately, sometimes you have to take creative liberties with that stuff. For example, like to go off on like another game, I think would make for a great animated series. I've been playing a lot of Apex, and I started watching like a lot of their videos that they released that show the backstory to the new characters, and then they'll show some action going on. You're like, cool, you can't do that in the game, but that looks really cool for this video. And
Yeah,
it
I mean,
gets
like
people
that would
hyped
be a really
about it.
boring movie if it was just like 60 random people that all look the same because they're all the same characters, just fighting
Yeah.
each other.
And if
And you get that one guy
Overwatch-
just hiding in the corner the whole game.
yeah, and if Overwatch made the show go the way that I played the game, you'd just see the hamster ball spinning in a circle somewhere on the map, and so it wouldn't make for a good
Are
story.
you kidding me? That's all I want to see.
Will he ever stop? Let's find out.
Jason loves hamster balls.
All right, that leads us into our next segment where Hoda talks about
Justin-
hamster balls.
Why are you the way that you are?
Well, it's actually a really complicated story. I think it all started when my parents dropped me off at school, and
That's
everyone
it.
bullied me because
This
of
was like a
how
month ago,
big my
too.
penis was.
Ah, okay. So Apex, I think, would make a great animated series. I think it'd be really cool to see one like that.
Yeah. Well, what about like other games? Like I'm trying to think of some. Like okay, like BioShock.
That's a video game.
I meant like to be made into a movie or some sort of medium other than video games.
It'd be a fun video game though.
It
Like what if they made BioShock into a video game? That'd be awesome.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean,
That would have to be rated R. Just that fucking what are they called? Big Daddy? Or is that what they're called?
no, that's what they
Fucking-
call
yeah.
me.
Oh,
Fuck both of you. Just stop it. Jeez. So
I can't stop.
just so you do know, there was a BioShock movie that never happened.
So there
Okay.
wasn't a BioShock movie, okay?
But like there was
Just so you know,
one
there
that
was a movie, but it never happened.
the thing
It was
is,
all a
like,
fever dream that I had after getting the coronavirus.
So Universal bought the rights to make it. The problem was this was at a time when no one wanted to make like an R-rated superhero or game movie. So BioShock just didn't work in the PG-13 realm, and it just seems like money and everything else became an issue, and it just no one was on
Yeah.
the same page. So the movie just never happened. But I'm sure someone might. It seems like people are hoping that it's going to come back, and there have been like little like murmurs about it. But
Yeah.
it's just not. It's currently just not happening. But I do agree. Like I loved Bioshock Infinite, all that. It would be great. I think the stuff that Remedy Games does would be amazing. Side note: I'm excited because they've announced stuff for Control and other online games coming out. I think I'm very excited for that. But like an Alan Wake movie would be really cool. But it's like, how do you make that while also not stepping on the toes of the game? Like, are you going to try and do a story similar to the game to get people interested, or are you going to try to do something
Right.
attached to it or in the same world?
And it's
So-
like there's some games that I see people say, "Oh, it should be a movie," like Red Dead Redemption. It's like, what are you talking about? Red Dead Redemption is a cowboy story. It's in a setting that did exist. Like it's not like an entirely like I don't know. I just feel like that type of game lends itself to a piece of history. It's like there are cowboy movies out there. Red Dead Redemption is its own side plot within that history. It's almost historical fiction when you really think about it.
Yeah, it's also the fact that Red Dead Redemption literally borrows from the old movies and the actual stories of historical stuff. So
Right.
it's like there's no need to make a movie when there's all the source material that you could watch anyways.
Right. So it's like when people say they want a movie like that, it's like just play the game. Like Red Dead Redemption was some of the best narrative I've ever played in a video game. Red Dead Redemption 2
Oh, yeah.
and 1. And it's like I would never want that as a movie because it was just so good as a game. Like I'm talking about the movies, like the games like BioShock. Like BioShock was a really good narrative, but at least it was an entirely different setting, entirely different story, entirely different characters. Like it's just its own world, and I feel like you could branch off of that. If you were to make a Red Dead Redemption movie and you were going to call it Red Dead Redemption, it would just be a cowboy movie, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it'd just be a Western. That's
Yeah,
all it is.
exactly. Right.
The only difference is maybe they put more favor in the Outlaws, but there were movies that did that too.
Yeah,
So-
right. Right.
You know, I if people wanted that, I'd say just go watch Hateful Eight or something. Just go enjoy something like that, like
Mhm.
Tarantino style. Just go have fun with that stuff.
Django
Just don't worry
Unchained.
about it.
That's a great
Django
movie.
Unchained, yeah, dude.
D-
Just go watch that
Django.
stuff.
Django.
Okay,
Oh yeah, like your name's Jehoda, yeah.
Yeah, Jay Hada.
exactly. But I think that's where Overwatch and Apex do really well. Like Battle Royale stuff works well too. Like when you have games that they have lore that they're creating. Like I've really got, like, as I said, I've been playing a lot more Apex. I've gotten really involved in it because I think what's really cool is each character has their own backstory and it all ties into the whole Apex games. And like this all takes place years after Titanfall 2.
Mhm.
It's all in the same world, and there's actually like questions and answers that people want, and these characters kind of help release stuff about that. And the idea that
Okay.
you could simply make a new character that then exists in that world, and you could make an animated series about it, or a show or a movie, whatever, and you could actually make something that explains stuff that we never got answers to yet.
Right.
And it's the same with Overwatch. And I think there's a lot of potential. I think BioShock is tricky sometimes because of the fact that it's already it really is more of a story game than it is a like. There's no multiplayer. Well, there was in the second. No one talks about it. There's no multiplayer, so you are only dealing with story, and so like I would also argue.
I think
that
you got
BioShock...
that mixed up.
Huh?
Yeah,
There's a story game. There was no multiplayer.
Did I say the other thing?
You did.
Yeah.
All right, I quit.
Okay. Welcome to the
bye,
Casual
everybody.
Panic podcast, where Duffy doesn't work here anymore.
Okay, bye. But yeah, all story, which means it's hard to build a movie story around that stuff sometimes because you have to not.
Yeah, you can't.
Mess up
It's as what
anything.
you said before. You can't step on the toes of the already established canon. So it's like to
Yeah.
make a movie about something that already has a fleshed out story. I can see the issue behind making a BioShock thing. I just feel like the setting of BioShock adheres itself to a wider canon than Red Dead, because Red Dead, like
For
as
sure.
I said, it's built upon historical facts and its characters built in that. So yeah, it wouldn't have much of as much of an impact. But
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Is there another game you guys would love to see, like as a show or something like that? What game do you think could actually make for a good movie?
Animal
now?
Crossings.
So nothing.
So would it just be like the little mole guy just yelling at the audience the whole time? I don't.
It would
remember
just
Animal
be
Crossing.
it would just be you go into a fuck ton of debt, and then that guy just wants to get all his money back. Except it actually turns into like one of those Italian mob movies, and he shoots you in both your kneecaps.
There's just one of those cute animals' heads on the bed when you wake up.
No,
You wake up one morning and there's just blood everywhere.
Oh my god.
It'll be when they go fishing. They'll fish out a head and be like, ah! And that'll be how the
Oh
movie
my
starts.
God.
And then the big letters come up, Animal Crossing.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh my god. Also,
Mr. Nook
speaking of
fucks
which,
your shit up.
speaking of which, I love the wholesomeness between Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing right now, because the
It's
two
beautiful.
games come out on the same day, and the fan bases have just joined forces to be like, we want both of our games to do well, and we both are cool with each other. So they've been making fan art of like Animal Crossing and Doom crossovers, and it's actually
I
been
saw a
very
really
hilarious.
weird one.
There are some very weird ones, but some of them are like little animal. One of the characters is just on the shoulder of the main character in Doom, and they're like, "Tear him up, let's do this." It's just like all fun and games.
I
I
saw
love
one.
it. It's very wholesome.
I saw one that was Isabel from Animal Crossing, the little dog lady. She had like she was standing there with Doom Guy, and she was holding a baby that I think is their baby.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's a different type of
And
crossover.
she was like, "Oh, look, he has your eyes."
I
or
think that's
whatever.
called bestiality.
So but it's still wholesome in a way, you know. It's still.
She just looks at Doom Guy.
I'm kind of hoping that there's going to be some sort of like DLC or Easter egg in each other's games for the other game.
Oh,
like-
for sure.
I don't know, like you can find a Doom Guy doll in Animal Crossing, or like in Doom you can murder everyone in Animal Crossing.
What?
Or you can murder you can murder the Doom Guy in Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing. You dig up demons' bodies.
Jeez. Did you know on Netflix right now there is a Doom movie that came out within like the past couple years that you can watch?
Is it with Dwayne the Rock Johnson?
No.
Yo,
It's like-
can we talk about something real quick? That Dwayne the Rock Johnson, his name is literally Dwayne the Hard Penis.
What?
Dwayne the Rock Johnson. He has a Johnson made of rock. Just
Yep.
think about that tomorrow while you're at work.
God damn it, Justin.
Before you go to sleep, just remember.
Well, now I can't sleep.
I would rather think about dead Animal Crossing characters right now.
Well, I think this is more about you than it is about me.
I don't know about that. As I was saying, there is a Doom movie that it has a cast I haven't heard of any of them
Doom
before.
movie.
It's like the plot's pretty much like, oh, this crew of soldiers shows up to where these scientists were doing something and something went wrong, and now we have to figure out what it is. It's like one of those things where it's like, okay, everything's gone wrong now. Let's see if anybody survives.
Is it
It's
Doom
like supposed
Annihilation?
to be like a prequel. Yes,
Okay.
that is it.
All right, yeah, that's what I'm seeing right now.
What year does that say it came out?
2019.
Boom.
Damn.
That was
Like,
last year.
I had no idea it existed until I was
I bet
on
nobody
Netflix.
saw that.
But there
I
was
think
one
it
from
just-
2005 as well, and I believe that one has Dwayne Johnson in it. Yes, it does. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the one I was thinking of. That one also
That-
didn't do good.
I never saw that one. I need to just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
I think a Doom movie would be good again if they tried it one more time, but I'm not going to be mad if they don't.
Just keep pumping them out. Eventually they'll get it right.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. The creators of the Doom games, Doom and Doom Eternal, were actually interviewed in one of the interviews they had with IGN or some other game company like that. They talked about how fun it's been for them to find the challenge of what made people like the Doom game so much and how to get them to like these newer ones, which of course they've done well.
Yeah.
And they compared it to how tough they expected people working on Star Wars to have it. And so I thought that was really interesting, where they're like, it's about finding that formula and finding the most basic, almost like Inception, trying to find the most basic subconscious idea of why people like it and go with it. And they're like, we've just been fortunate enough and done a really good job to find that idea within the Doom community. And that's why things like Star Wars have so much trouble, because they're not getting to that root idea that made it so important to the real fan base. So I thought that was
Lightsabers.
interesting. What?
Just lightsabers. It's all, lightsabers and the Force. Stop giving me shitty fucking shooting games. More Fallen Order, please.
Well, see, I also loved like Republic Commandos when that was out. So there's still really good aspects about it. It's just how you do it. And I mean, it affected the games and the movies of the recent stuff. It just happens. But I digress. Did we ever decide on any game that we thought would make for a good show that we hadn't talked about before?
The Witcher.
Got what? Already doesn't count. Already happened.
Nope. Saying it now.
Nope. Already. Nope.
Guaranteed right now it'll make for a good show. Let's
Also,
try
they'll
it.
start it as books. So stop it.
I bet it would make a good book series too.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming to this week's podcast. Jason's fired. Fuck that guy.
There was one other topic I know we were talking about before we
Okay.
started recording. What? Go
Sorry,
ahead, Jason.
sorry.
No, I interrupted you.
I
Go
just
ahead.
had an idea though. Now,
Okay.
I bet it's shit.
okay, going back to the whole idea behind an Animal Crossing TV show.
Wait,
what
already
about-
hate
Pause
this.
one moment,
Already
pause
hate
one
what you're
moment.
saying.
Hold on. Laux, we're gonna be the executive producers now that he's selling to.
Sure.
Okay. Jason.
Oh, no.
No.
You ventured the room. Welcome, Jason. Go ahead. What we heard you had this cool.
Get
pitch.
the
Go ahead.
fuck out of my boardroom. I don't want to listen to your fucking shit. You ugly motherfucker.
Sorry, Mr. Jason. We've had some pretty terrible pitches so far today. Go ahead again. Try again.
Well, okay, imagine an Animal Crossing
Get
TV
out
Get
of
the
here.
fuck out.
Fine.
Okay. What were you saying?
All I'm trying to say is, imagine an Animal Crossing.
Oh, hold on. I'm getting a phone call. Yeah. No. We got one more guy in here. We have to hear this pitch before we call it a day. All right. I know everyone's hungry. We'll get lunch soon. All right. Okay. Cool. Click. Okay, Jason, go ahead.
Animal Crossing TV show, kids show. It's a kids show. The kids will love it.
Get the fuck out.
I'm cool with it as long as you make sure that there's an animus in it that has an arm that's in the ceiling.
Okay. Yep.
Yep. Sure. Yeah, let's do it.
At least one sex scene.
It's a kids show.
Not anymore.
I guess
The
that's
kids
how.
will love it.
No, I just, as we were like transitioning topics there, I was just like, Animal Crossing, like that would actually, the setting of it would probably work for like a kid show. In all honesty, like if you just take some of the characters in the game that are, you know, more funny, and I mean, they actually are all like funny. The whole point of the game is this little wholesome game that you go around and you know, live in this community. But I just feel like that would really work for a kids show.
Yeah,
Here's a better idea: The Big Lebowski, but Wii bowling.
you're fired.
Okay, that's fair.
Can we make sure to have...
that
I'm
clip.
just gonna cut that out.
That audio
definitely
clip for
clip.
sure.
Oh, for sure. Can we? I only want an Animal Crossing kids show if there's a Doom one that plays after it.
No, a Doom adult one and an Animal Crossing kids show that are in the same universe.
Doom
In the same
kids
universe.
Doom kids show to
Okay,
go with
fine.
it.
Fine.
Where the main character's like, "Uh-oh, the demon wants to rip my head off. What should we do?"
And then the original Doom soundtrack plays. It's just fucking Mick Gordon going crazy on a 10-string guitar.
I think we'll have to kill him. What should we do, kids? Oh my god.
They just go around high-fiving the demon shit.
The BFG?
What does that stand for?
That's actually what the show does. It just goes quiet.
just an awkward silence. He just looks at them and just goes,
I like that.
"Okay, let's go."
I like that gun too.
Yeah, it's like waiting for the kid to say it. So when they're home, the kid's like, "Big fucking gun!" Parents are gonna love it. It's gonna be great. All right, I think we've got the pitch. We're all good to go.
We
That's
should
the show
make
we
games. We should make movies and games. Casual
Okay.
Panic the game.
Well, yeah, Casual Panic Productions, dude. What's our first game gonna be? I tell you
All right.
what,
The Big Lebowski, but
it.
Get
No,
the hell out!
Stop it! Get out of our room. Speaking of that, we could make our own games now, Jason, because Dreams is
what a fucking segue.
Thanks.
Just like a fat mall cop, fucking Duffy with a segue.
Yep. So Dreams, huh?
Dream.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Just before we get
do
into this
it!
topic,
If
I've
you die
noticed
in dreams, you die
Just
for
scared the
real.
shit out of my dog.
I've been having a hard time remembering my dreams lately.
You have to write them down. You forget your dreams after 10 minutes of being awake if you don't write them down. Or consciously store them in your memory. The more you know.
Have you been doing that, Jason?
No, I lost my dreams a long time ago.
Does Megan know that?
Wait. Yeah, are we talking about real dreams right now?
When did you meet Megan?
What was the topic?
Dreams. So we're still on topic, sort of, maybe.
So yeah, when you mentioned it earlier, I looked it up and I was like, oh, this is just Project Spark, but better.
It seems like it. It seems like it's the people that did Little Big Planet, and it's essentially a game for anybody to make their own game. But it looks like there's more assets, there's more customizability, like there's everything. And like I've seen amazing things come out of it. Like someone did their own joking, like derpy version of Red Dead Redemption.
Yep.
And somebody literally remade a whole scene from Skyrim. And like I think someone even remade Overwatch in the game somehow. And it's cool. Like people are learning how to work with it, and it looks like there's a lot of potential to just let people that don't know how to make games have fun with it.
Yeah. I was seeing that someone made like, I guess just to add to the list, I was seeing like Star Wars X-Wing and stuff like that, like completely remade in Dreams, and it actually looked like an X-Wing, and I'm like, damn, like there are some really creative people out there, and if I were to get my hands on this game, I honestly admit that I probably wouldn't be able to make what these people have made, but damn, I would love to try out some of these creations.
Yeah, for sure. It looks really cool. I think there's just so much potential behind it. I hope it's something that Is it just supposed to be for PlayStation?
I
That
think
their plan?
so.
It looks like it from
Yeah.
all
That's
their
the part
website
that-
and stuff.
That bums me out the most.
Don't you have a PlayStation?
No,
Oh, I thought you did.
I used to.
Oh.
But when I moved, I sold it, and I'm like, oh, I'll get another one someday, and it just hasn't happened.
Okay.
It just seems like a
That's
game
about
that
it.
would work better on like a PC or something. Because I mean, but I guess I see what they're trying to do though is like be able to allow console players to be able to make their own game as well. Because technically you could make a game on PC, but
It's called Gary's Mod, Jason. They don't need that dream.
It's
shit.
called Unity or Unreal Engine or
Yeah, that too.
Adobe Flash Player.
Yeah,
What?
exactly. No, Jason's right.
Like we were talking about some fucking new. What is it called? Newgrounds or something?
Yeah,
Or-
Newgrounds.
Yeah,
Oh my
those
God.
kind of games.
Those stick games. Oh man, I played the
Yeah.
hell out of those.
Remember those games where you literally just draw lines for the guy sledding just to keep him
Yeah,
going?
Line Rider.
Yeah, that game.
Yeah, that was the shit.
Yeah.
Did you guys
I remember
play-
there was...
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
No.
No.
Go, Jason.
You go.
J-
Go.
Get out of this room! I remember there was this
Get
one
out of my
that
room! I'm playing Minecraft.
there was this one game. I've never been able to find it again. It was not even a complicated game. Essentially, you would start a battle where you could spawn a character at a time that would walk from left to right, and there'd be a computer fighting you with a character going from right to left. And it was like called the Evolution of War or something like that, or Evolution of Battle. I don't remember what it was called. That's why I can't find it.
The Evolution of Dance.
Yeah, that's it. But essentially, you would just... The goal was by beating them in the battle more with these basically 2D characters just walking across the screen and just sending more as you go, and you earn points. You'd eventually be able to like evolve, and you go to the next level of like human evolution of fighting, because you start off with like cavemen, and then you go into like people that then had like spears, and then it would go to people that actually had like shields and swords, like the Bronze Age, and then it would go like through the different ages of like weaponry until you'd finally hit like super sci-fi, like you're sending robots to fight. And it was the dumbest thing in the world, but for some reason as a kid I'm like, this is fun because I just have to click buttons.
Oh yeah.
And I'll just send a guy out and just evolve my stuff.
I
And
think I
missed
played
it so
that.
much.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
ever since I closed that window, I've never been able to find it again. It's been lost.
I think my favorite Flash play, or one of my favorite Flash players that I could actually play at school was Lemonade Stand. I don't know if you guys ever played that.
That
On
sounds
Cool
like
Math
some
for
sort of
Kids.
like.
Oh my god.
That
Jason.
sounds like it's a code name for something like lemonparty.org.
Oh my God. We don't have to spend too much more time on this. Basically, you ran a lemonade stand. Like you would literally buy your lemons, buy your ice, cups, sugar, things like that, and based on the weather, amount of people, and you raised the prices and lowered the prices based on demand, and you also increase the amount of sugar or reduce the amount of sugar. The more you'd use, the more you'd have to pay for the sugar and the ice. and all that
Sabotage
stuff.
your neighbor's operation.
Yeah,
Yeah, commit arsony.
just a dumb little game.
Make them pay for protection. Quote.
Then put an Animal Crossing character's head on their bed.
Is this episode sponsored by Animal Crossing?
Not anymore.
Yeah, but back to Dreams, where the future of gaming and not Flash Player. It looks interesting. I'm excited for where it's going.
Yeah.
But I the only thing that does suck is it's only on one console to work with, but that's not necessarily a huge issue.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's just cool to even see it happening. It's kind of funny when you think about it too. Obviously, the developers have put a lot of work into this game to make it seamless to build your own game. But it's kind of funny when you think about it that they're like, yeah, we're just going to build a thing, call it a game, and we'll sell it to people and they can make their own games. And then that's how we'll profit the cash, is they'll make the games that other people can play.
Yeah, they go, here, we can't fuck it up if you make the game.
Right.
Yeah,
You think you can do better? Well, fucking show us.
You definitely need to go check out the Red Dead Redemption one that someone made. They're like, look, I made Red Dead Redemption 2, and it's the wonkiest shit I've ever seen. But it's amazing because like you could literally make meme games now by doing that, where it's like, oh, we're gonna make this funny knockoff because it's just really entertaining. And as much as I bash the game, the Fortnite creative mode has actually shown some really cool things that people have done. Like someone
Sure.
recreated an entire map from CS:GO in Fortnite.
Huh.
Like it is like spot for spot the same map. It's just obviously it's Fortnite assets instead. But it was really cool. They made the entire map, and I'm like, that's really impressive. I'm not gonna play it because I don't like to play Fortnite, but it's really cool that they did that.
It was like Halo Forge back in the day. People made some really fun stuff.
Oh my god, yeah.
Back in Halo 3, there was the pirate ship game. I don't know if you guys played much Halo 3. It was the sand map where they had those big elephant vehicle things.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pirate ships where you had someone who had to drive it, and then the only way to kill other people was to get on the mongooses as like little ships and board the other person's pirate ship. And if you got off, you would like die as you were like on the ground because it was supposed to be like the water. So that was really fun. It was like a capture the flag type thing.
That's cool. Yeah, I never got to play that one. I played more the what was the sport they created in that?
Is the
Griffball?
Griffball, yeah. I played that a bit. That was really fun. I just love jumping in Forge and just doing random things with people. Like
I think Infection was something that was built by other people too.
I think so too. And then they were like, "Yeah, we'll keep that as a thing."
Yeah.
That was one of the cool things is that there was a game that kind of gave that option that existed in it's already a well-known game. And you don't see that a lot nowadays, which kind of is a bummer. There's not really an opportunity to do that. So I think that's where Dreams kind of fills that void for people where they're like, I love playing games. I'd love to, I'm not going to go to school for coding a game or make that a career, but maybe I just
who would do that?
Making some fun puzzles. Yeah. What losers do that? Right, Justin?
What?
I can't tell if you just weren't actually listening.
I wasn't paying attention at all, no.
Okay. Well, get burned. Okay, let's move on.
Ow, it hurts.
Yeah, there we go. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, for sure.
Should be really cool.
Yeah. It was interesting because like some people have been made able to like I don't know. Have you guys heard of that game Ghost of Tsushima?
Ghost of Tsushima?
Oh, yeah.
Tsushima, there it is.
I saw that too. That was like the coolest one someone did. I forgot about that.
Yeah. One. That was like spot on. Like there was almost no difference. Like if you were to play one and play the other, maybe if you played it a few times.
Is Ghost of Tsushima out right now?
No, that's the crazy part. They did it all.
They took the entire introduction scene that someone made and remade it in Dreams, where it like shows the guy going to attack him.
Ghost of Tsushima Dreams.
Yep, put it in Google.
I'm watching it now.
Are you?
What the fuck?
Are you gonna treat it like a reaction video and narrate?
I mean, like you can tell that it's made in some really fucking shitty thing, but that guy's neck just got cut open. You can tell that this is like
when you put them side by side. Yeah, but if you were to just take that game by itself, I would almost think that that's just the game, and it just has lower quality than other games.
Yeah,
is basically
it looks like it looks like indie games that get made.
Right,
like they basically built the tech and the assets for what would essentially be an indie game, and they're like, yeah, just build it through our shit, and what we'll do is we'll make it so that anybody that has this game can now play your stuff and make it really entertaining, which is probably the biggest barrier for Dreams, is the idea that you have to then own the game to play those things.
Mm-hmm.
So that's tough because you could just go onto Steam. Like, granted, if you're playing on console, that's a cool thing to see. But if you have a computer as well, like you could just go to Steam and find some fun indie games to play.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, it's got so much potential.
Is that going to be on PS5?
I would assume so because it's not like it's
not even out yet, right?
It's not out, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's not out.
We're looking it up. Dreams PlayStation release.
I think it's early access.
We know Blidio Bames. You think you know Blidio Bames?
Bibbio Glames.
Okay.
Bibbidi.
So it was made for early access on April 2019, and it officially released on the 14th of this month.
Oh, okay.
That was Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Go make some Blidio Bames.
I'm really lonely.
Yep. And
It's
Yeah.
video blades.
It looks, yeah. That's I got nothing else to add. Just looks cool.
Yeah.
And what we
Yeah,
heard stuff about
get
the
cut
Xbox.
Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of segues, Xbox announced their specs, and it looks kind of cool. Better than most Xbox stuff we've seen before. So cool.
Wow, they're doing better than
120
the
FPS.
last.
Ow!
They're doing
My
better than the
dog
last
just bit my
generation.
wrist.
Yeah, it's great.
Leave me alone.
I can't.
I'm being assaulted by my dogs.
Well, you should probably report that to the police, and hopefully they'll take care of that.
Harvey Weinstein, stop!
Okay.
I dare you to name your next dog that.
Oh God! His name is Harvey. I named him after my idol, Harvey. What?
No.
Goddamn.
Oh,
You
no.
It has to be the full name every time you call him.
It's like, oh, why'd you call him that? Oh, well, just came to me. He really just
I wanted
just
to
came
make
on to
that
me pretty strong, you know.
Oh, God.
I'm just imagining you at a dog park. Harvey Weinstein, come here, boy. Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein, come.
Ah, jeez.
Ay, ay, ay.
He's going to jail though, so it's fine. He's gonna commit suicide when he goes to jail.
I'm not. No, we're not discussing that. We're not going that far. I'm fine with the
Epstein,
dog joke.
Weinstein, you see? The Steen. It all comes together.
Can't spell Steen without didn't commit
Weinstein.
suicide.
What?
What? Okay. Yeah, Xbox specs look cool. Like you were joking,
12
Jason.
teraflops.
12, yeah. It's going to be able to run
Oh my
120 frames.
God.
Cool to hear.
Yeah, but 120 frames on what setting?
There's no settings on Xbox.
Exactly. No, I'm just like, I don't know. It's like, is it 120 frames? It's not 120 ultra. Like, there's no way.
It's Xbox.
No, but I'm just saying, like, obviously, since it's a console, they're capped at a certain resolution or whatever it is. But they didn't specify what resolution it's going to be able to play at. Most likely, it's going to be able to play at 4K because the Xbox One X could play at 4K. But it's definitely not going to be 4K 120 frames. There are high-end
Well, why
PCs
not?
nowadays that can't even do that. I don't know.
This is
Well,
when
if it has twice as much computing power as the Xbox One X,
I mean, I guess.
What- why wouldn't they be able to push double the frames
Well, that thing better be like
on the same
$1,000.
resolution?
this is when the Xbox This is when
This is when Professor X comes in and fucking.
I was gonna say this is when the Xbox salesman comes in, slides you a 20, and goes, "Don't worry about it." He just doesn't want you.
I mean, we'll have to
ask these
see.
questions.
But
Yeah.
I think they're at least trying to push the technology that can go into
Oh, yeah, for sure.
a cheaper device that people can just play on their TV.
I think they're learning from last generation where, like, right out the gate, that, like, oh my God, do you guys remember the freaking Xbox One original presentation from the
With
old
the Kinect.
with the
Oh
Kinect?
god, yeah, that was
and
fucking terrible.
they're like, your thing needs to be online to play. Oh, and you can't use any used games with it. You have to buy all. Like, it was just like, what?
And it's not.
Everyone's like,
backwards
"Yay?
compatible.
What? Why the fuck would you? What?
Why are you telling us this? We're not excited about this.
That's not a feature, you fucking idiot."
I just remembered Sony having a field day, being like, "Guess what? All those things Xbox said that you won't get, we'll give you all of that."
They were
Everyone's like,
writing
"Okay,
their
cool."
own marketing for them. Like,
Yeah, it was crazy. I still remember I tried using the Kinect for a while too to be like, "Hey, Xbox, turn on."
yeah.
Yeah, it would take like 9 tries. Where I could have just walked up and pressed the fucking button.
Yeah, it would be like I was in my apartment. Like it was like during college. I remember having it at one point. And I'd just be in the apartment, being like in my kitchen, like 10 feet away, like Xbox on, Xbox on, Xbox on, and it just wouldn't do anything the entire time. And I just go push the button. It's like, oh, it's what
And
you
yet
want me to do?
I can be just talking in my regular voice, and my Alexa on the other side of my fucking house will just be like, "Yeah, what's up?" And I didn't say Alexa at all. It's like, oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah, it was great. But I am excited. I think it's going to be interesting to see the transition with this new Xbox Series X, because Microsoft clearly wants to make a step towards you being able to play your games across PC and Xbox.
Right.
So I'm eager to see how all that pans out.
Yeah.
Just because it might mean like you won't always have to get the latest Xbox because you can switch between the two, or at some point you won't even need to worry about getting an Xbox sometimes. You'll just have to have a good PC that you can switch things with. But that all comes down to how developers and publishers allow you to do that. But it is cool.
Yeah.
Like anything that's Xbox made or owned, like we can play Sea of Thieves on either device, and it works fine.
Yeah. I'm kind of excited for that, especially for someone who literally just built his own PC. Like, I don't see myself getting the Xbox Series X when it comes out, especially because they've already said, like, if you have an Xbox One X, that's going to be plenty for the first couple of years the Xbox Series X is out. Like, I think they said at least for 2 years it'll still be, like, compatible and worth having. And on top of the PC gaming too. I mean, I don't think I'll pre-order, but we'll see in the future. Maybe when the prices go down, maybe when a new edition comes out, whatever it is. You know how each generation goes. But I am excited for the whole. I do like that Xbox is pushing to be more compatible. Be more cross-play between PC gaming, Xbox. I mean, their Game Pass thing they have Game Pass Premium or whatever it's called. Ultimate, yeah. It includes PC gaming, so it's obvious that they are having a push for that. I think Sony's still kind of like in their own little world, which is working for them. They have really great exclusives. They're kind of doing their own thing. They're kind of pushing towards crossplay a little bit, but I think Xbox has a vision for the future a little bit. So we'll see how this generation works. I mean, gaming's gaming, and it's a good time to be a gamer.
Damn, it feels good to be a gamer.
Yeah. And on that note, I think we've talked about enough stuff today.
Yeah, I'm tired of talking to you guys.
I mean, I could keep going for another hour if you guys want.
No, I have to play soccer tonight.
You're not supposed to play sports.
I do sports.
You're a gamer. You're not supposed to do sports.
I also play game in real life.
Do you throw your controller at the soccer games too?
Yeah, I bring an Xbox controller. Just fucking pelting kids in the face.
Do the glitches in FIFA work in real life?
Oh, there's even worse glitches in real life.
You're just yelling at them like, "Stop lagging, dude!" Just getting mad at them.
The ref makes a bad call, and you just fucking air lab your controller at his face.
Do you play as any?
Yeah, I possess the souls of my teammates.
And then when you rage quit, you just tell everyone to stop playing and you walk away.
No, we just fucking disappear.
Oh my god, that would make a great short. We should do that one day.
Ooh.
Just everything going wrong. Like what's it like to play a game in real life? Yeah, but thanks for joining us, everyone. I think there was some good conversation going on.
All right, cue the outro.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. Feel free to check us out at casualpanic.com or most of our social channels where it's either Casual Panic or it's either going to be _Casual Panic. Check those out. We have a new video up on our YouTube channel. We played a friend and I played some Apex. We got plenty of stuff going on. This will be weekly as it always has been, and so will the videos. So keep up the listening if you've been doing that, and
keep them ears open. Deaf people, I'm sorry, but you can't hear me anyway, so it's fine.
And you can't see us saying this either, so
yeah.
Don't worry about it. Any other final notes you guys have?
The games are good.
So the Big Lebowski.
God, get out of this room.
Cut it now.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. We will catch you in the next one. Peace out.
Love you. Bye.
Peace out.